In the late Roman Republic, when the streets of the capital trembled with ambition and the Senate whispered like an old house before collapse, there lived a man who refused to walk, he ascended. His name was Gaius Julius Caesar. He was born into a noble family whose glory had dimmed, yet even as a boy, there was something in him that Rome could not ignore. He moved with the certainty of someone who believed the world was already tilting in his direction. He studied rhetoric until his voice could command a crowd, learned politics until every gesture could sway a vote, and walked through Rome with an elegance and quiet defiance that made people turn their heads. Rome was not gentle in those years. Streets echoed with riots, debt crushed the poor, and generals carved out empires for themselves. But Caesar moved through this storm with the calm of a man reading a script he already knew by heart. He rose through the ranks, not by chance but by sheer will. The young priest, the military officer returning from campaign, the rising senator whose words could move thousands. But everything changed when he crossed the Mediterranean for war. The quiet brilliance he showed in politics became something sharper under the sun. His soldiers learned to follow him because he marched when they marched, starved when they starved, and demanded courage only after he had shown it himself. They called him Imperator, not as a title but as a truth. When Caesar looked upon Gaul, he saw destiny waiting for a signature. And so he wrote it in fire. For 8 long years, the drums of his legions echoed across rivers and mountains. Villages burned, empires bent. By the time he returned, Rome whispered his name with fear, hope, and awe. Senators plotted, rivals sharpened their grudges. But Caesar walked into the city as if it belonged to him, because, in a way, it already did. He crossed the Rubicon not with a shout, but with the quiet decision of a man who knew history only rewards the bold. The civil war that followed was swift, ruthless, and inevitable. When it ended, Caesar stood alone at the center of the world, master of a republic that pretended to still be free. He never ruled with the coldness of a tyrant. He rebuilt, reformed, pardoned, and dreamed. He tried to heal a nation that had forgotten how to be one. But Rome loves its heroes only until it fears them. In the Senate, beneath marble statues and flickering torches, the knives found him. Friends, allies, men he had forgiven, they surrounded him. And as steel pierced his robes, the Republic took its last breath with him. Julius Caesar died, but his story did not end there. It stretched forward through his heir, through the empire that rose from the ashes of his blood, and through every historian who ever tried to measure the man against the legend.